What's up, everyone? It's your boy Archmage Talk. Back at it again. I'm gonna get just a couple things set up real quick and then jump into it. Got a couple things for today. Did a little bit of streaming earlier, and a couple of the viewers were kind enough to point out a couple things I hadn't seen before and a couple things I had noticed some other people do but hadn't really been able to replicate or reproduce or figure out exactly how they did it. Actually, that guy asked earlier if I had 11 farms, or if anybody had 11 farms, and I thought I had 4, but I have 6. But we're gonna jump into some of that stuff, take a look at it, and see what's going on with it. So one of the things I wanted to mess with was the swamp card. And that's max card, so I think we'll look at that. We'll go ahead and jump into it. Let's see, throw our stuff on. There's really no reason to pause it yet. This looks like a good place for our mountain setup. Cool, picked up a 9% vampirism ring early on, which is always nice. That's sort of right near the baseline that I look for early on. So one of the things that, I wonder why these are cracked too. I can tell that the graphic here has been upgraded. One of the things that, somebody in chat told me was if you put a swamp in front of a goblin camp, it will change the goblin camp to like I think it was a goblin fortress, which will add an archer to the fight. So we're gonna do that, just so we can take a look at it. I think I'm gonna put Smith's Forge there. Go ahead and get our suburbs cross section going. I do wonder if there's any sort of interaction that can be had with the Smith's Forge. I was looking for some early upgrades, but wanted to sort of get those in before the Smith's Forge ate through all my gear. Let's get that there. Could use a weapon somewhere. About to hit enemy level 3. I'd like to have a level 3 weapon to go along with it. No, I think I'll keep the vampirism right now. They're probably about the same. So there's our goblin camp. So putting a swamp in front of it will make a goblin fortress, I believe. And it will just add a goblin archer to the fight. He actually doesn't look like he's part of the fight. He's just like in the back rank. Here's our first weapon upgrade. That's sort of what we were looking for. Snuck that in before it got consumed by the armorer as well. Pick up our first trait here. Yeah, I was talking about how much I like Blade of Dawn. We're gonna pick that up. We'll take the 1 damage decrease for the regen there. Let's put a village here. And these guys, if you haven't seen them before, they have a steel flesh. All damage done to this creature is reduced to 1 HP, and they have 10 HP, so essentially, regardless of how much damage you have to hit them 10 times to destroy them. I haven't looked at doing something like trying to spawn multiple ones onto the same tile and then see if damage to all helps farm those easily. But that's an idea I've had with those. Let's go ahead and get this beacon here. That'll help clear up this area so that the Lich won't form palaces when he spawns. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. That's a massive upgrade there. Battlefield. Let's get it over here with the Lich. Somebody said that it can affect him, so let's put that there. Village. Let's stack our villages together. This looks like this will shape up to be a difficult fight for us right now, I believe. Let me check something real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I wasn't able to see my chat the way I had originally set it up before. Hey, what's up, Jake? I didn't see you joined. Welcome, $3 night. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. I think that's it for now. Not doing too bad against these goblins, actually. I have a bit more vampirism than I thought. Ahoy, hoy. Somebody else said ahoy in stream a couple days ago and it reminded me of you. Like, I haven't heard ahoy in a while. Such a good talent, just coming in for a lot of damage. I keep saying talent, it's really a treat. Yeah, we'll skip one more, put that there. Not another expensive. True. We could probably go ahead. I feel pretty confident with our stuff right now, so we'll go ahead and put that swamp there. So it does transform into a goblin lookout. We'll take another look at it in just a second. What's going on, C-Link? So somebody else told me, I had looked at the someone else's stream and I saw that they were playing with a like an extra planar beacon card, and apparently you have to make 10 runs to unlock that. So I've been doing my lich runs pretty quickly, trying to go for speed of completion as a priority, to farm up those rare orbs. So that's how I've been able to buy pretty much most of the upgrades, I think, that unlock things in the demo. So at this point, I'm just trying to do the other stuff I haven't done. And one of the things, apparently, I need to at least survive for 10 rounds in a loop. So that's what we're going to go for here. And then also, I had not seen this Goblin Lookout before, which adds a little bit of a different dynamic to the fight. So we'll mess around with it some. Oh, I got a ghost of a ghost here. Picked up another trait. We'll take Treasure Hunter just to see how our treasure chests treat us. Sometimes you can get pretty decent stuff from them. It's probably... yeah, that's where all our vampirism is, on those 2 items. Probably keep both of those for now. These suburbs work on cross sections. Let's go ahead and fill in some chrono crystals here. That'll just trigger some more fights for us as well. I don't really see a place where I'd like for this grove to go. I'll just hang on to it for a second. I'll use the Smith's Forge here though. See if it has an interaction with the village maybe. Yeah, so you can see this archer in the background. He doesn't have any hit points. He just does so many damage every so often. Yeah, it takes part in battles on adjacent tiles. Ranged combat 3rd row, minus 30% damage in 2nd row, minus 60% damage in 1st row. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how a lot of these mechanics work with the rows, but he just attacks every so often as his little thing fills up. And then once the fight is completed, he just sort of goes away, has been my experience. That looks nice. I could probably switch to either... yeah, I can switch there for certain. I can probably switch... I was gonna say out of that ring into this. And I think I still will. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of damage for me. Of course it won't matter here. What's going on, Dr. Trash? What gives you the building resources you need? Odd because everything else is crystal clear. The building resources come from the Lich. In my experience, the only place I've found them is those resource packs. If you weren't here when I said that earlier, sorry, sort of lost track of chat for a second. But yeah, the only place I've found those resource orbs is when I beat the Lich. So I've been gearing my run towards trying to do the Lich around loop 5 or loop 6. Usually I pick traits that let me put more cards out, and I sort of force fights to get a bunch of cards, and that has been my MO for farming up those orbs. Other than that, the only thing I can tell is you just have to get lucky. That's been the only other thing I've seen. That's a pretty big upgrade. I'd lose a good bit of my vampirism, but we'll see how I do against some spiders. That shield's probably better, just because I'm using junk for a shield. Yeah, we'll do some switching here. Let's get some spiders going on my blood path. Or battlefield. Let's finish that off. Can finish this other corner off as well. I think I'll save one of these for a little bit later. I don't know how long it'll stay in my inventory. If it has been the case that it only drops from certain tiles, I haven't noticed a difference. I've pretty much ran the same card set over and over and received different orbs each time, was my experience. Sort of build in this direction. Need one more rock there. Is there another place? Yeah, I could put it here. That sort of makes sense. It'll block up some more places. Damage to all. That'd be nice if things started going awry. And I could find like one of those vampiric shields. But yeah, I am really excited for this game to come out. I think the thing I'm most excited for is to start playing the Necromancer. I'm just sort of interested in how they plan on making the idea of a Necromancer work in this. I'm sure I'll be like auto-spawning skeletons that are fighting for me or something to that nature, but I'm looking forward to them making that work and seeing what that looks like. I'm also excited to just like unlock some more of these items. There's it already sort of feels like a lot's going on, but I feel like we're only seeing maybe a third of what is actually going to be going on once the game starts rolling and you actually get deep into it. I feel like all these are just garbage. Necromancer all that has full preview. Yeah, I agree. And I also feel like even like the warrior's passive ability isn't fully utilized in the demo. He actually does, I think it's like 1.5% more damage for each second the fight goes on, but most of your fights don't go on for very long. But I feel like that could sort of ramp up and get out of hand as well. I am not finding many rocks. Let's sort of build out that way. Throw the next one there. But yeah, I'll have to maybe see if I can find that stream and check out what the Necromancer looks like. I did see a guy that was streaming the full game already. But he was still streaming the hero, or the warrior. Alright, picked up my rock. Picked up what looks like a nice Vampiric chess piece. Alright. I can start filling the rest of my mountains in around there. Voice and game volume are super low. Yeah, I turned my game volume down, because my voice was low. I haven't really been able to get my voice to go up higher. I can take a second and look at that in just a moment. Basically played for about 15 minutes and all tapped out to buy it. Yeah, I've been watching this game, I say watching, but keeping tabs on it since, I would say November of 2020. I was looking for a new game to start playing and to try out streaming, and I came across this game and I really liked the look of it, really liked the mechanics and the way it looked like it was going to play out. And then I wonder if I could get some of those to spawn together if there's an interaction there. But yeah, I've been keeping tabs on this game for the better part of, I would say, 3 or 4 months maybe. And I haven't pre-purchased it yet, but I know I'm going to before the sale ends and before it goes live. I plan on streaming it day 1 when it goes live. Okay, yeah, I've been messing with them a little bit to try and get them better than they were, because some people were having some experience with it being low. So the feedback there I appreciate. Yeah, I'll put some chrono crystals. Actually, let's put them here. It'll make the spiders spawn more. And it'll block off some stuff from the lich. We'll do the same thing there, and then everything's basically blocked off. I feel like at this point I just start throwing cards out to try and end the run. But I need to at least stick into this one till, I'll say loop 11 just to make sure. I don't know if I'll see some sort of a achievement saying I unlocked the card or not, but I would hate to stay into loop 10 and actually need to stay into loop 11. Oh, that's weak. Goblin gets to keep attacking me while I'm still fighting the treasure chest. There's probably a better place than this, but I'm just going to sort of free place that for now. Just a bunch of swamps and groves. I'm on a TV. I don't know. That kind of scares me. I don't know if my face is ready to be on a TV. Phone, computer screen, that seems okay. I feel like TV's too big. Hopefully I look okay. Yeah, that Gladius is just so much damage right now. Okay. Let's get a beacon over here while I'm fighting all these spiders. Right. I don't know about all that. Let's see. Let's get another battlefield out here. That'll turn some of these into blood paths. And if you have any questions about like how to get things or how to unlock things or how to make certain things, just ask in chat. I'll do my best to describe what's going on if I know how to do it. Maybe save that for a second, or maybe take some more. I like having blissful ignorance in my back pocket. A bunch of items. Yeah, we'll take the 8% attack speed over 1% vampirism. We may keep that in case things look iffy against the Lich. That's a good bit of attack speed, and then we'll have some regen coming out of the fight. We could actually block that off. I don't really feel like I need to be, or have to be doing that fight anyways. Try and fill up this treasury up here. Sometimes I think about it. Just right now I'm taking a little bit more time to think about it because I plan on being in this loop for a while. I don't want to overwhelm myself. Of course, I really don't have a whole lot of tiles that I feel like I could overwhelm myself with, but I like to be sitting at full health pretty much always, and I'm not sitting there right now. So I don't want to overwhelm myself. I also don't place. I usually don't place a lot of rocks, to be honest. I'm placing some now to do this treasury, but I just feel like the mountains are better than the rocks overall. And the more things I place, the more things like the goblin camps I spawn. They're tied to the rocks in the mountains. So I don't want to place a bunch of rocks when I could be saving them to place mountains if I'm having a trouble with the goblins. Typically the goblins can be a difficult fight, depending on how you kill them. I would like to have a Smith's Forge like here, but before I fight the Lich. I don't think I'll have enough cards to spawn him before. I may. Let's see what it looks like. I don't think so. Let's put it there. That's fine. I really don't want to place this swamp. Let's just stick this over here. Finish off the treasury. Actually, with the treasury, I could probably come close. Let's work on this treasury as well. Yeah, I could spawn the Lich this time. I think we'll do that. I could use Oblivions to heal up after that. And I got a little bit of a damage upgrade on my gray weapon, which is fine. Yeah, let's do it. We'll put the suburbs there. Trigger the Lich. We can actually put the village there, which isn't the worst. Let's do that. Let's take our trait and pick up Blissful Ignorance. I haven't tried blowing up a smithy before, I don't think. Or a Smith's Forge. Let's blow one up and see what happens. Doesn't look like anything. I don't really... I can just blow up a few of these random places. And that'll make the loop a little bit more easy to survive for a couple more levels. Yeah, I'll take this. Alright, what's up? How is this possible? Score to settle. He is. I only have 2 potions? Where was I drinking them all? I don't remember drinking that many potions. I don't really think I'm going to have to make any moves to survive this fight. I don't know how I'll look coming out of it going forward. Let's see what we got in my little resource pack. Yeah, see, it's just sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not. I don't know what changes, but I'm thankful for every time it drops. Alright, let's stay in here for... I hit retreat. That was terrible. Well... let's at least look and see what our upgrades look like. I'm just so used to hitting... so used to coming out of it hitting retreat, I just hit it. I do need 1 more of those, and 1 more of those, and 3 more of these. And I could bring the apothecary's hut up to level 5. Alright, well, let's we're gonna be in there for a while. We haven't really played with the wheat fields much. Let's take out chrono crystals. Let's put in the wheat field. Let's take out the grove. Put in a vampire mansion. Let's work with that and see what we do. I can't find the middle 2 resources for the gem upgrade. What do they look like? Is it just like those colored orbs? Because those are just random drops, I believe. This is a pretty cool looking loop. That's a nice place for a beacon. I always like putting a beacon there. Let's do that. Let's make this a little kill zone. Let's make this place where we'll heal up. Alright. This time, don't retreat out of the loop. I need to stay in it for 11 rounds. Yeah, I agree. It is sort of annoying that they don't have a name when you mouse over them. That I found that frustrating as well. A lot of cards coming out early. I like that. Let's do our rock stuff over here. We'll build into this treasury. I'll stick another beacon here. We'll start our suburb shenanigans right there. We'll go ahead and put a wheat field out as well. Let's see. No. Hey. First ring has vampirism and regen per second. I'll take both of those stats any day. Not very much of either, but the wheat field, I'll hover over it. It can only be placed next to a village, and it increases the healing that the village does. Also spawns a scarecrow every 4 days. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty big with my ring out here, even though I really shouldn't. Kinda want to put a vampire mansion right there. Although that feels like a terrible idea. My wife likes your hat, thanks. My wife actually purchased the hat for me. She was the original purchaser. She bought herself one in gray, and I liked it so much, I asked her if she would buy me one. Yes, the Vampire Mansion spawns what I call the thriller fight. We'll go. if I get a weapon upgrade, I'll go ahead and do it. But it turns the village into a ransacked village. It adds 4 ghouls to the fight, and then the vampires there as well. So it's a 5-member fight. It's pretty difficult, I feel like. We could put a Smith's Forge right here. Let's put it here, actually, so it's not with the vampires. That'll give us a little bit of damage reduction when we do decide to go into that fight. Which I think I might do. So the benefit of doing it, so you have to fight that hard fight for, I think it's 2 or 3 loops. After that, it becomes, I believe, a Lord's Land. I forget. It becomes something. Yeah, that 4% is going to be garbage right now. Let's do it. We'll see what it becomes. So you can see now, ransacked village. The farmers couldn't fight off the vampire. Spawns 4 ghouls once per loop. Transforms into something useful after 3 loops. I think it's like a Lord's Land or something. But essentially the vampire regains control over himself. And is able to fight off his hunger. And takes control over the town. And it will heal you for more. Yes, when you pass through that town, it will heal you for more than it originally healed you for. And it will still give you a quest like normal, but the quest gives you better rewards. Although now I have to fight a vampire with this scarecrow. That damage reduction's coming in handy though. Hey, let's pick up that shield. Let's pick up this ring probably. No. It'd be nice to pick up a weapon. That is a lot of evade. I like the 13% vampirism. It would be nice to have some damage to all going into this fight, but I don't... It's not going to happen this time. Going for the vampire first. It's not the worst, I guess. It's probably better if you start taking the ghouls out and then take the vampire. Generally, that's the way it works. If you leave the adds in the fight over time, you end up taking more damage than you would have otherwise. Yeah, that would take my regen per second up to 3 health per second. That's probably a lot right now. I've been watching this game for a few days and I'm having trouble figuring it out. Yeah, I'll bounce back and forth between chat, but any questions you have, just shoot them out there. I'll do my best to answer them. I've been playing this game pretty I've been playing the demo pretty consistently for a while because I plan on just moving straight into the game as soon as it comes out. So I've been doing I wouldn't say a lot of research. I've been doing some research into it. Cool. We got a battlefield. I've been looking to place a battlefield here. But I'll try and show you some of the... Cool. I missed that. Maybe I'll hit it next time. I was gonna say, I'll try and show you some of the interactions I've found. One of the main things that I liked about this game was the combination of the cards on the field to form different things and figuring those combinations out. But we'll work on forming our 3x3 of rocks. I'll probably put some more spiders here just to fight some more ghosts. We'll fill that out. I'm pretty far behind right now, I would say. sort of playing this game, I've been keeping tabs of like metrics for myself. One of my main metrics, yeah, I love the discovery element. One of my main metrics for myself is how fast I kill spiders. I feel like it's hard for me to keep track of like how much damage I should be doing or how much health I should have or whatever. I should be coming close to hitting spiders in one hit. I should be doing about 85 to 100% of a spider's health in one hit of my sword. If I am not there, I feel like my gear is a little bit behind. And then basically, depending on how many hits it takes me to actually kill a spider, that's sort of what I use to determine how well I'm doing on a loop so far. I really should have probably put that somewhere else. On a loop so far, and on new card, what's the Smiths do? Smith's Forge. So it does a lot of stuff. Every time you will pass by it, you can see it does this. I've got one out here. It forms this cross section. Every time I pass by one of these tiles, it will remove 2 items from my inventory. For every 2 items that it remove, it adds an effect for 10 hits that lowers incoming damage by 20%. So it's pretty cool. After it takes 6 items from me, so this one has 2 left to take, I think. It spawns a golem that I have to fight. We'll see the golem. Probably this go round. But the golem has a unique trait on it where he only takes 1 damage a hit regardless of how much damage you would do. That's just such a good trait most of the time, I feel like. We'll take... I'm not even close to the lich yet. Yeah, I'll take the buckler anyways. Just because I plan on being in the loop for a while. I'll start prioritizing just a little bit of counter. This is such a nice setup there, I feel like. I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, I like the damage to all there. That'll help me with this fight. I've had my damage to all up to like 17 before. It's something like that's just really nice. It doesn't look like it spawned it this time, but we'll see it spawn eventually. There he is. Yeah, so we'll fight him next go round. When they did the demo, so there was, what's out right now is the demo. Thank you. I needed a weapon upgrade bad. But before they did that, they did what they called an alpha. I played the alpha as well for quite some time. There was a lot of differences and stuff, but there were a lot of similarities as well, which makes me think that a lot of the differences were carried over. I went back and actually played the alpha for a little bit just to show people in the stream what it looked like, because there were some cards that you gained access to. That's fine. I'm used to sending voice to text myself, so I realize sometimes it's a little wonky. It looks like that's all upgrades except for the damage to all, but it's nice enough. I'll take it. But there were some cards in the demo that you had that weren't in the alpha, and there were some cards in the alpha that weren't in the demo. And a lot of them were really cool, like the I like putting this here just because the high chance of fights. The river card was in the alpha. The forest and the thicket cards were in the alpha. Storm's Temple, the Bookery, just a lot of things that we haven't seen in here, but we've basically seen access to, but is locked out. So I went back and showed a lot of that stuff to people. because they were interested in seeing that. But one of the things that you could do in the alpha, since it wasn't linked to Steam, it was just a file you could download. You could go into it and see most of the files, and there was a folder that contained, I forget whether it was pictures or what it was, but it was essentially a description of each enemy. So I was able to see all the enemies that were possible to be fought in the alpha, and so I was able to sort of systematically work my way through each thing to try and figure out, okay, how do you spawn this? Where does it come from? Or how do you fight this enemy? And there were a couple things like the vampire mage. I don't think the vampire mage is in the demo, but in the alpha you could fight a vampire mage. He was spawned from having a vampire mansion next to a bookery. And a couple things like that. And the dark slimes were in the alpha as well as the demo, and they were spawned the exact same way, I believe. So sort of secrets like that have carried over. I think I have one more group of zombie fights to do, and then that will turn into the improved village so that we can take a look at that, and I can start not having to sort of prep for this fight, and I can start worrying about some of this stuff and set up some more stuff over here. We will take Shield Master. Probably just start putting rocks here to finish off this treasury. Just to see what's in store for us there. Yeah, we'll do it after these spiders. Still, so I'm doing, you know, about 80% of the spider's health. That's about where I'd like to be. It would be nice if I was just out there one-hitting spiders, but you can't always be the man, I guess. So here's the living armor is what it's called. Whoa. So I guess his hit points go up with the loop level too. That's kind of annoying. I was hoping it would always have 10 hit points, but there he is, artificial life. All damage done to this creature is reduced to 1 HP. So it's going to take me 11 swings against him to kill him. I had sort of toyed with the idea of trying to set up a corridor where 2 of these spawned onto the same tile, essentially, with a Smith's Forge across from a Smith's Forge, and then see if damage to all would essentially let me cheese that fight, so that I would be doing 2 living armors at the same time. But I haven't done it yet. Level 5, I think at this point I am going to transition out of regen per second and into Vampirism and just try and pick up a nice heavy hitting gray level 7 item if I can get my hands on it. I don't really have another good place inside the loop that I could beacon. Sort of... We'll put this swamp here just so we can see the Goblin Lookout if we haven't seen the Goblin Lookout before. But putting a swamp here changes the Goblin Camp to a Goblin Lookout. It will add a Goblin Archer to battle tiles on adjacent tiles, similar to the effect of the Vampire Mansion. So we'll fight, I believe, 2 slimes and a Goblin Archer here. No. Interesting. I guess the adjacent's just adjacent in the true fashion and not counting the diagonals. Which is fine. Now I don't have to fight the Goblin Archer yet, but we'll see him at some point. I'm going to throw this village down. Quickly toggle day, or toggle planning into adventure and then toggle it back off to spawn these goblins here, and then I'll Oblivion it to spawn a dark slime in case you haven't seen a dark slime before. So if a creature is spawning from something that like this spider cocoon or this goblin camp where he would be moving from here onto the road, and you destroy the generator and the monster at the same time, you'll generate a dark slime where he would be. If you didn't know about that. I've had several people ask me how to spawn the dark slimes, and I actually came across it and discovered it on my own, so that's something I don't mind sharing. One of the things about the dark slimes is if you hover over an entity, like this vampire is undead, you can't hover over Scarecrow now because he's been defeated, but he's an artificial life. The dark slimes, if you hover over them, they're cosmic entities. And the only other cosmic entity I've come across in the game is the Lich. So I feel like in some way, thematically, those two are tied together. So I've been spawning dark slimes constantly just to see if I can do something with them, killing them. I haven't really come across anything yet. But that has been a side project of mine. I've also had a bunch of fun experimenting with the battlefields and spawning ghosts to see if I can spawn ghosts and then spawn ghosts of a ghost, and then that'll spawn a prime matter. I've spawned, okay, so here he is if you haven't seen. Oh, and he's cosmic. Someone actually said that he was cosmic. I hadn't noticed it before, but now that they pointed out, he is undead and cosmic. Just like, yeah, I think it was you. Just like the Lich. So I wonder if there's a connection between those three. Another thing, statistically, this is my 20th prime matter that I will have killed. So if you go by the 20% chance, I should have seen a couple prime matters spawn something from themselves, and I haven't yet. So we'll keep running that gauntlet, seeing if we're just statistically getting unlucky. I know that's happened to me in the past. I've played enough poker to know that's a fact, that I can get statistically unlucky. But we'll keep running that out and see what happens. Kind of disappointed I haven't seen a few more battlefields. We'll go ahead and work our suburb some more. We'll put a spider cocoon. Yeah, because the treasure chest is sort of limit the number of spiders we fight. That's fine. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I've got 6 more loops I need to stay in for. I sort of am glossing over these weapons, but I guess I should be paying more attention to them because my current weapon is not very good. Although I'm not really struggling right now either. If you're looking to pick up these Orb of Expansions, these pretty much I found have only come from, thanks man, I appreciate it. These pretty much only come from, killing ghosts in the battlefield, has been my experience. You seem to get one every time you kill a ghost in a battlefield. These are not the really gold orbs that you need, like, a couple of to make some different upgrades or some different buildings. Those are the Orb of Crafts, and it's been my experience those only come from the Lich. When you kill him and take the resource pack. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I did accidentally take Axis Tilt at one point. When I was messing around and I got a really poor resource pack and I was just like, I'll take Axis Tilt. So I've been stuck with that as my trait of choice that I took when I won. So if you haven't picked a trait yet and you are thinking about it when you win, I'm pretty sure once you pick one, you're stuck with that. You can't pick another one. I would like to pick Blissful Ignorance here at some point. I think I'll hang on to it. I don't really need the trait right now. Maybe I'll use this Oblivion to blow up one of my spider spawners and spawn a dark slime. Just for fun. I sort of enjoy spawning them now. We'll put a Smith's Forge here too. Just to see on the off chance that we do spawn two of those together if our... So there's your dark slime before if you haven't seen him. Like I said, he's spawned from killing a mob that's coming from a spawner before he comes onto the battlefield with an Oblivion card. None of these are good. I feel like there was some sort of construction noise, but I don't know what happened or what caused it. Somebody spawned somewhere or something? I have put absolutely nothing around my camp, and I am about to spawn the Lich. And you know what? We're sort of fine with that. We'll just keep that trait and have a handful of Oblivions and just blow up all the Lich's palaces. Maybe there's some sort of achievement or unlock for doing that, and I have not done that, and we'll do that. We'll see what goes down. Also, I need to remember I am in this loop until loop 11 and not exit out immediately like I am so used to doing. That should be an upgrade, and it is. People before have sort of asked me what I sort of build towards or what metrics I look for. I look for about, early on, about 15-20% vampirism and just a big weapon. I'm sitting on quite a bit of vampirism right now, but not really the weapon or the damage to back it up. But usually I try and stack a good bit of vampirism and then just go heavy damage. That's been pretty successful for me. I feel like most of my runs I'm able to successfully defeat the Lich. We'll probably get rid of you over here. There's been some where I've gotten a little overzealous and spawned too many vampire mansions on myself and gone down. So this is the first time we're not going to have to fight the ghoul fight, and it turns into the Count's lands. And you can see it's going to heal me for 165, and it's going to give me a quest with a better reward, as opposed to this village here that's going to heal for 45 and give me a basic quest. So I would think going into it, if you're going to sort of do something and you know you're going to be here for the long haul, if you can do this early, definitely go for it. It will help you out much more later on. I am struggling here a little bit. I have also replaced my damage to all. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is actually probably better, surprisingly. Aw, man, I wish I was attacking these ghosts and not this quest spider. Okay, let's put... I did not get an orb of expansion there. I feel like I should have. I don't understand why not either. I was like, oh man, I'm getting close to spawning Lich, and I have not done anything about this. I completely forgot about the plan I came up with moments earlier, but it has come back to me. Let's go ahead and spawn him and do our thing. Boom, Lich. Boom, he's gonna take over the whole thing. Let's get him out of there. We'll blow that up. 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 We'll save a few of them. See if our hand size starts increasing. See if we need the heals anywhere. I actually wonder if you get better rewards based on how many Lich's Palaces spawn when you spawn him. Because if that's the case, that would make this talent very good. I don't really have any way of knowing. I don't feel like testing it. But it is a theory. How many hit points you got now? Yeah, it looks like he's getting an extra hit point every loop. That is all kinds of obnoxious. Especially because the way I build with my 50% vampirism, 50% of 1 rounded up is 1. That's not a lot of healing. Yeah, let's just let this ride. Here's our goblin archer back there. And he doesn't have any health. He's just sort of like a turret, I guess, is the way I think of him. He's just back here in the back, and for as long as the fight occurs, he's just going to shoot me for 28.21 damage. There he is. Oh, good. It does look like they have changed it so that you no longer heal. Oh, no. Okay, I'm in a swamp. I was like, did they really change it so that you no longer heal from treasure chests? I was like, because that's obnoxious, because you used to. But that's not the case. I was in the swamp. I do feel like there are very small updates they make to the demo every now and then, and it's hard for me to tell what they changed when they do them. Is this better than what I was using? No. I would really like... The Necromancer gets skeleton archers like that. That's sick. Like I said earlier in the stream, the Necromancer is definitely the thing I'm looking forward to the most in this game. I kind of like the damage to all, even though I'm not fighting a lot of multiple enemies. How did you get so many of the same card? The Oblivion? I held out on taking this trait for a while, Blissful Ignorance. When you take it, it deals you a full hand of Oblivion cards. And then each Oblivion card you use will heal you for 10% of your max HP. I intentionally saved that trait until I had spawned the Lich so that I could take care of the Lich Palaces that spawn. So when you spawn the Lich, every blank tile around him will be replaced with a Lich's Palace, which just increases his HP and damage by 5%. Speaking of, I could use a bit of a top off. We'll go ahead and take care of those 3 palaces, even though I've got these easy fights coming into 3 villages in a row. I'll go ahead and just clean that up for myself. I also feel like... Oh. Just kidding. I was going to touch my monitor, but I do not have a touch screen over there anymore. I really like this talent, Blade of Dawn. I was not a very big fan of it when I first started playing, and I think I actually gave it quite a bit of crap in some of my streams, but really grew on me. I think it's probably my second favorite trait now. Actually, I didn't see it, but I do want to put out this spider cocoon and finish off this treasury that I've been one card shy of. I will put a Smith's Forge right here coming into the Lich just to give me the damage reduction and make sure I'm okay. I don't foresee him being much of a challenge, but I will say my weapon is pretty weak for where I am. And I do feel like most games with a warrior type class, a lot of my damage is just tied to my weapon. I say that and I pick up a nice weapon upgrade. Well, really it's not, right? Because the damage is the same if you take into account the damage to all. So I'd be giving up 4% attack speed and vampirism. Alright, how is this possible? Shut up, we've got a score to settle. Okay, so he's hitting me for 99. I don't see this. Oh, one potion. I do see this being a problem, actually. So we need to switch something somewhere. That would bring my defense up and my attack speed. Magic damage. I think that may be where it is. Because I need some more damage here, right? Because I'm not going to kill him in time. And I don't have anything that would sort of randomly save me like a chance to stun. So I need some more damage coming in. I still don't think that's right. Maybe. Yeah, alright, because I've got the potion still. Yeah, okay. As long as I don't get a couple unlucky evades, that should hold up. Now, will I be able to keep going like this? Because I want to stay in this for at least until loop 11. Hey. I need that too. Alright. I need to stay. Alright, let's see what I can do. Yeah, I can do that. We'll go from that level 5 sword to this level 9 one. Yeah, that should be enough. I should just be doing all the damage. Alright, let's see where I'm at spider-wise. Okay, I'm coming close to one-shotting these spiders. We can put a beacon here. Or here. Let's do this. I'll save these rocks in case I get a treasury. Let's finish off some of these easy suburbs that I can finish. I think that may be the only one. This is sort of obnoxious. I wonder if I get rid of the swamp, if the goblin lookout will revert back to a goblin camp. It will. Okay. That's good to know. I can, That yellow shield may be better. No. I'd like a beacon here-ish, but I've sort of... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really don't think there's anything else I'd like to place. Maybe I'll blow up this goblin camp the next day. Spawn a dark slime. I also don't really feel like I can see who's in chat. Let me tab out for just a second. Refresh that. No. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's still not showing me who's in chat. Okay, there we go. Now I can see who's in chat. Sort of got a lot to hang on to now. This, if I put a village here, that would be the only place that Smith's Forge could spawn. I don't know if there's an interaction there to be had. Well, let's try that. Let's also put maybe a vampire mansion with this Smith's Forge. Just to see if I can get some sort of interaction to happen. Coming up on the next day cycle. We'll get rid of that goblin camp. We'll get rid of this goblin camp. I think I've seen enough of the goblin archer. No reason to make this any harder on myself. Infinite talk. I think my wife may be the only person that would object. I don't think the world would be so bad with infinite talk. Let's see. I've been hanging on to these suburbs for no reason. Let's get some of these out of my hand. Here's a treasury I've been waiting on. Let's go ahead and stick it over here. It's sort of away from all my rocks and stuff, but that's just the way it is. Hang on just a moment. Let me mess with one more. Alright, there we go, there we go. Alright, no more infinite talk. Infinite talk should be your drag queen name. Yeah, I don't know. I've got all this gear and all of it seems like it. What am I even doing with my life here? Oh, I put that on to do more damage to the Lich. I looked at this ring and I was like 1.2 regen per second. Why is that the life that I'm living? But it was because I needed more damage to beat the Lich. And that's one of the things that I feel like can make or break your run. If you're sort of new and getting into the game. I found that I can frequently make the whole run with a certain set of gear, but then get to the Lich and have to switch it up. So going into it, you know, once you get to the Lich, don't be afraid to switch out 3-4 pieces of gear if the fight's not going your way and you can tell you're gonna lose. I've had runs where I've been sitting on like 35% evasion, 13% to counter, and been able to just handle multiple monsters in a fight at one time with no problem. But get to the Lich and just struggle right off the bat. But then switch to a weapon that does a lot of damage as opposed to sort of a more defensive type weapon or something like that, and be able to finish the fight, where in the beginning it really didn't look like there was any way I could. I feel like I should switch this out. I don't know why. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I feel like this is marginally better. But now I'm thinking, I'm sitting here looking at something that made me marginally better. Yeah, let's just switch this out. 24% attack speed. We should see a big difference there. We'll take a look at this vampiric shield too. Is this the same one I was looking at? I don't know. We'll finish this off. It looks like the same one I was looking at. I don't really think I need to mess with this much for 1 or 2 runs. How many hit points do you have? 12. This guy's annoying. It is nice that you get the damage reduction before you have to fight him usually. A lot of stuff. You get a lot of stuff killing those. I've noticed that. I will take 1% vampirism decrease for that much more defense. I will pick it back up here. That is a big sword. We'll hang on to what we've got for now. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, could I do... Let's do this. We'll sort of build towards our camp with those. Have you figured out how much defense produces damage? Or, I'm assuming you mean like what the ratio is between defense and how much less damage you take, and no, I have not. I have noticed that if I am on like enemy level 8 and I still have a like level 3 or 4 shield equipped, a lot of times I can struggle because I'm just taking too much damage at one time. And I do feel like really the only place you see defense is on the shield, unless it appears as like a special property on your other 3 pieces of gear. So it is important, but I don't know what the ratio is or how the damage reduction works. But I do know if I'm at like defense 14 and I'm getting crushed and I put on a shield and go up to defense 22, it makes a big difference. So if you feel like you're getting crushed, that could be where it is sometimes. Although, and this trait, now that you're talking about it, skilled armor, so I would think 1 defense per loop, how good is that going to be, right? And how good is this trait going to be? How much defense reduction are you going to get from it? 10%? 20%? 2%? I don't know. I would say probably in the realm of maybe 5%. Yeah, it would be really nice if it was 1 for 1. It doesn't look like that's the case from my experience. If it is, I'll feel sort of dumb. Do I have any evade? No. Whatever, I'll pick it up just in case I grab some. That's a nice talent if you can get some evade. Picked up a ghost of a ghost. Would have liked to have seen a prime matter there. Yeah, let's do that there. I'll hang on to some of this stuff in case I see another treasury. 18% vampirism. I may pick that up at some point. So I'm seeing, it looks like 13 people in chat, but I only see like 10 on my side, so if you're in chat and I haven't given you a shout out, I apologize. But if you speak up in chat, I do not mind interacting at all. I just sometimes get a little distracted. I don't feel like I noticed them smoking like that before. Maybe they were. Quest Harpies sticking it out for the long haul. Yeah, it looks like they've been smoking before. I guess it's just when I walk by them and I haven't been paying attention. I'd like to put some more spiders there. Oh, now I have to fight spiders and vampires. I was thinking to myself to avoid that, but alas, here we are. 3 regen per second? That's probably helping me some, but not much. We'll still hang on to it. It's about that time to where I'd like to look to start replacing my weapon. Cool. Picked up another treasury. I was sort of holding out on cards to see if that would show up. Okay. Oh man, I am running out of places to place those as well. Alright, we'll stick that one there. Really at this point, no reason to place these, I guess. I feel like all I'm going to get is these like basic resources, and I do feel like I've sort of met my cap on those. Not really cap, but I think I have more than would be useful to say have. I don't really know if I can do anything with most of them. Okay, enemy level 8, round 8. Need to stick out for at least 11. That should be an upgrade. It is not. Kind of disappointed in it. I would really like to keep my vampirism. It's at 30% light right now. That's probably about as low as I realistically would like to go with it. Let's check this out. Nope. But if you're new to the stream, haven't seen it before, I try to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My plan is to stream this game Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Switching from the demo to the live version when it goes live. I do think my plan is going to be to rush the Necromancer and dig into that. But feel free to come hang out. Like I said, I like killing those things. They give me a lot of stuff. That's probably what I would like to switch into next, until I get a nice... Yeah, because it's better than this too. It would probably be... Yeah, because I don't feel like that's updating when people are joining the stream. So it's difficult for me to see when people join. But I do feel like chat is live. So at least I can see people live when they're typing. Okay, going into loop 9. I feel like I am making quite a bit of progress towards filling up the whole map. So we may end up seeing that achievement this stream. I may fill up the whole map before I get to loop 11. We'll see. Picked up a mimic here. we'll check out that, I was gonna say, we'll check out that shield, but it's not that good. I have started to max those for the run, so I'm not really... And that's one of the reasons why I've never stuck into a run for this long. Because I feel like once I've started to hit the resource cap, I'm really not maximizing my time staying in. I think it's... Yeah, it's better keeping the ritual sword. I do feel like I'm picking up a little bit of a struggle. Did have to use a couple potions. Yeah, we'll switch into this. Kind of like the damage to all there. This is obnoxious. I was about to be very worried for a second, because if this had lifesteal, that would make this a very obnoxious fight. But it is not a living entity, so I don't have to worry about that. I am starting to go through some of these potions. Not the biggest fan of that. But I think I am struggling with just that. Struggling with just that goblin leader is not okay. Level 9. All of my gear is level 8 or below. Yeah, I sort of need to switch into some new gear. I think this is probably our first step. That puts us closer to one-shotting these spiders, but I'm still a good bit away. Picked up a couple ghosts. So yeah, I've beat the Lich right now. I could cut and run, and take my resources, but there is, from what I understand, a card that you unlock by doing 10 loops in completion. So I am going to complete 11 loops just to make sure I don't cut out early and miss it. But I think once I do that, that will be the last card that I know about that I could unlock that I haven't. So I would like to unlock that last card just so I've experienced everything I could experience. But yes, essentially I've beat the Lich and I'm just sort of hanging into the loop for just a little bit longer. And I've seen people try to hang into the loop as long as they can or go infinite or something like that. And it does look like at a certain point you start seeing some pretty bizarre items and stuff. I saw one guy, I think he was up to like 125% increased attack speed and a couple absurd sounding things like that. And in the stream he was talking about the game not really being balanced at that level, which I can understand. So once I come out of this loop I'll show you a little bit, but you can see there's another chapter that's locked out of the demo. That should be an upgrade. It is not where I want it to be there. So it, and the chapter seems sort of like difficulties, and then there's also So you could do increased difficulties. There's also other things to unlock. This is not going well for me. I really need this to step up. What can I do to fix this? My ring's probably not the best. Yeah, let's... Could I switch into... No. I don't know. I'm starting to struggle there. And it would be really obnoxious to come all this way and then not make it. I do have village. This is sort of a hard section, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot that's locked out of the demo that I feel like will be in the main game. Okay, that helped a little bit. Let's put... This is a problem, so let's put a village there, just to alleviate a lot of that pressure. And I also picked up an Oblivion. If I find myself having problems, I can throw an Oblivion out. But let's see if we can hang on to this run for at least 2 more loops. See if we can unlock that last card. Maybe there's a trait here that would help. Surveyor will certainly help. Man, we are going down quick. Yeah, let's try it. I need to be taking a lot less damage than I'm taking. Man, I really do not know. That evade there was... Alright. What could I do here? 13% evasion? Yeah, how did this go so south so quick? I think we just have to hope. Oh my goodness. Okay, pause this. Alright, this fight can't happen. I think that's just going to be too much for us. So let's take that fight out of the picture. And that will heal me up just a little bit. What else can I do? Man, regen per second is nothing, and I don't feel like that makes it... I could double the regen per second there. My defense would go back down to what I felt like was the problem in the first place. But I do need some more health somewhere. Let's sacrifice. Yeah, let's let that ride for just a second. That did not heal me nearly as much as I really would have liked it to. I would almost like to switch into like around 30% evasion. Could I get close to that? No, I can't even get near something like that. It's unfortunate. The day passed there as well. I do not have anywhere that I could place a treasury. So I must have placed... When I placed this battlefield, that's what messed that up. Okay. Yeah, I know. My vampirism's gone down as well. It's sort of getting hard to... I could bring it up here. But I feel like the attack speed's about the same. There we go. A couple of those counters helped. I forgot I had the, I think I picked up... Yeah, I picked up Buckler early. So that's helping as well. I don't even think that's a great place to put those. I'm just in a rough spot right now. I'll pick up some potions, see what happens. Yeah, I don't have meadows. Uh, Meadows has been one of those things I talked a bunch of junk about, and I sort of got rid of those as early as I could. Uh, I just don't feel like they heal me for enough. Maybe they're more useful later on there. I could really use like a nice big vampiric shield. Not a ton of illness. How is this equal? It's a whole item level above. That shouldn't happen. Let's see. Kind of want to avoid these battlefields now. Maybe we'll just put some more rocks out. Although that's going to spawn, I was about to say that's going to spawn more goblin camps, but it spawned on a village, so that's fine. Let's just, yeah, I need something somewhere. That's fine. That helps quite a bit. I'm really only planning on surviving one, maybe two more loops, so I can put some of these Smith's Forges out to give me that damage reduction. I could certainly use it, it feels like. Where could I get one? I could get one here. I'm running out of places to put my suburbs as well. I would like some damage to all too. Yeah, this is just struggle city out here. I can switch it back out if I'd like. This is getting rough. I would really like some Oblivions. Oh, and there's this vampire. I think we switch out the vampirism there. It may kill me, but we'll see. But I think all the evades and all the counters is just going to prevent more damage and heal me for more. We'll see. But I think that's going to be my ticket for surviving. I'll take the 1 more %. And I think I'll take the defense for when I am getting hit. Okay, I've got an Oblivion. So I could pick off something that looked like a difficult fight. I could also do it just to get the heal. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I can just sit back and heal off of these for just a second. I think I need the evasion on my sword. Actually, if I could get some... If I could get some evasion on my shield too, oh man. I don't know what that... I don't know what that second gray bar is. 40% attack speed. Let's see. I'll put a couple more rocks out. I've got village, just a harpy. That might be a difficult fight. We'll look at it. This harpy is... this is going to be obnoxious. Is there anything... This shield has magic damage on it, and it's more defense. I think I need magic damage. Yeah, I need magic damage to deal with them because they have such high armor. I don't think magic damage is affected by armor. But I think without that, I lose that fight there. I could switch back to more damage here. I lose evasion. I think for my sake... Get rid of the spider fight or get rid of the vampire mansion so I don't have to fight a vampire there? I think get rid of the spider fight. I like the extra defense there. Just because I feel like I've been struggling as well. So let's keep the extra defense there. But yeah, the evade gives me a chance to counterattack. The counterattack heals me. I just have a lot of synergy going on with evade right now. If I could pump that up even more, I imagine it would just be as ridiculous as it sounds. 50% evade. And there it is, 13% on the shield. Okay, so I think we're just going to sort of sit on this and see if that will carry us in. Fight these spiders. We can put a Smith's Forge here and it will never be an issue for us. So I think we'll do that. Sitting at about 50% chance to dodge. Every time I dodge, I have a 35% chance to counterattack, and every time I counterattack, that's healing me. Kind of hard to argue with that. And I don't think I'm going to. If I could replace this chest piece with something that's better, that would be nice, but otherwise, I think I'm just going to sit on this. What the heck is this thing? Is that the golem just walking around? Yeah, that's probably him walking around. Yes, okay. We will sit on 67% evasion. I have no vampirism right now, but I think I can pick up a good bit. Evasion goes down, regen goes up. I'd like to have... Yeah, something like that for backup. About 13%. Maybe make the switch here just so we actually have a little bit of regen. That feels more reasonable. Lose 7%. That feels reasonable. I think that's okay. Evade. I would like to get a little bit more lifesteal back in. Probably here. I don't know. I would like to work it in somewhere. I think we blow up that fight just because it's going to be difficult for us right now. That Sunblade coming in. Evade falls off the more you loop. How so? Hey, that's probably the switch we want to make. Yeah, I'm not really having a struggle with this golem or anything. And this will be a waste of a Sunblade. This will be loop 11. I'm not sure if I need to complete loop 11 or if I just need to make it through 10 loops. So we'll go ahead and complete loop 11 before we exit out of the run. Man, that evade coming in nice. Yeah, this is one of those builds that I talked about where if I had something like this going into the Lich fight, I could definitely see myself struggling. Because most of the strength of this build is coming from the fact that being attacked a lot of times, I'm just going to naturally dodge a lot of times, statistically. So I'm going to get the evades that I need, I'm going to get the counters that I need, that's going to give me the heals that I need to sort of have the survivability I need to tank the amount of damage coming in. And I have had to make yeah, I think we can afford that. Do I have some sort of vampirism somewhere? Nope. So if that doesn't work out, let's hang on to it and think about it. But yeah, there have been I would say 3 or 4 times this run where I did not think I would make it and had to drastically switch into something different in order to be able to stay alive. So, I mean, you can definitely make or break your run very quickly with 1 or 2 item choices. So you just sort of have to fill it out, pay attention to what's going on, and make adjustments accordingly. Like, I feel like about 2.5 minutes ago I was very much struggling, and now I've seemed to fallen into a nice little item set that works very well together. And the only real struggle is against like single targets like that. We're just trying to get through this. Let's actually we'll save that heal in case we do need it. I don't feel like we need something like that right now. I was gonna say if we do get in trouble we can just place a village over a fight and use that as an oblivion. But nice little evade dodge combo I've got going on here. We'll pick up a Smith's Forge somewhere right there. This might be one of the harder fights we'll encounter this loop. We'll see how it plays out. It's sort of... And you can see these evades and counters going off. And there are times where statistically I'm not getting those evades in, and you can see my health dipping down a little bit. But overall, I'm just getting attacked so many times that I'm able to get the dodges in I need. But it's getting about 11:20 my time. I usually stream till about 11:30. I'll probably stream a little bit later tonight just to check out. With a lot more HP and attack speed. I don't really think I need it to survive, but... Oh yeah, it's definitely the it's the interaction between Buckler and Somersault that's making this work right now. Without either of them, I don't think what I have going on would work. I could probably afford that. I don't think the regen's really doing anything for me, and I think the counter will actually end up healing me even more. Because now I've got 46% of a plus 10% counter. $14. Get out of here. And I didn't have any damage to all to even be able to test if that's... A lot of stuff happened just then. None of that stuff matters. But it would be nice to test to see if damage to all. Poor Merkel. That would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? We spent all this time grinding all this out, and then you just switch to chapter 1 or chapter 2, and it's just like, oh yeah, here's 2 or 3 of them every time you kill the Lich. Either way, I don't mind putting in the time to have the info a little early and to have the experience. I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in my day, and I was in the beta for the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, and I leveled to max level in both of the betas, and a lot of people were like, why are you putting so much time into a beta? Suburbs are amazing. I would rush Hail Doomfang the Pirate. I would rush I forget what unlocks the suburbs, but I would rush it as soon as you can. It gives you 1 extra experience for killing a mob. Early on, if you do the math, your slimes give you 4 experience. So with 4 suburbs out, you're doubling the experience you get from slimes. Your suburbs also, if they are placed in a cross section so that a suburb has an adjacent suburb on each adjacent tile, it will transform into a town, which doubles the experience you get. 2 extra experience per mob. So you can check out over here, I'm getting an extra 93 experience per mob. So most mobs are giving me somewhere under 10 experience, and then I'm getting an extra 93 from them. That's how I'm able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see I've leveled up 8 times in 11 loops. Before I unlocked this talent, I would say I was beating the Lich on like level 7 or 8 on average, maybe 9. And I was unlocking about 3 traits. I would just unlock the 3rd trait when I beat him. After you unlock the suburbs, I was consistently beating the Lich around loop 7. and I would have probably about 5 active traits when I beat him. So it's just suburbs. It is crazy how much better it makes your character. I would definitely rush suburb. I plan on rushing suburbs in the main game when it goes live. I feel like early on that's the best use of your resources right off the bat. I'll miss out on a treasure chest here, but I'm just going to shut this fight down with a village. But I was saying I leveled to max level in the betas on World of Warcraft and had a blast doing it, and then going into uh, everything being live, I just had that much more information and that much more of sort of a head start on people that were... Yeah, I don't think I need the evasion right now. On people that were coming into it at the same time as me. I was actually able to use that hit. Yeah, I was actually sort of not server first undead, server first warlock. I was able to use that information to hit server first warlock to level 80 on my server, which at the time was a pretty big accomplishment. And I don't play WoW Classic or Live right now, but I still have the feat of strength to this day on that character, which is really cool. It's always fun to link it in trade chat. Everybody always messages me like, where did I buy my account? So I'm like, no dude, I didn't buy this account. I remember that 3 weeks later, just randomly. It was like, congratulations, server first dwarf to level 80. I was like, how is that the first dwarf that's hit level 80? It's been... And dwarf was good at the time. Like, being a dwarf priest gave you fear ward and all that crap. It was unbelievable. No form of vampirism is not panning out for me the way I'd like it to, so we'll put a little bit from this shield on. I at least want to make this to completion. Make sure I unlocked my card. I'll be sort of upset if it doesn't unlock, to be honest. Some of these fights look really dumb. I can shut that down with a village. Let's do that. But yeah, I enjoy doing betas and demos and things like that. Some people think, you know, it's sort of, it can take away from the experience in some way, which I can understand, because you're not surprised when you see it coming. But I mean, in the same respect, you were surprised when you saw it in the demo or the beta or whatever. So you know, you still had that same surprise. You just don't necessarily experience it at the same time, or maybe in the same way. This is not working out. Why am I not evading? Why am I not countering? Also, yeah, I guess I'm healing for 3. That's not much. Okay, I don't need to survive too much more. But yeah, I haven't been streaming for very long, but I have been enjoying it. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, or if this has been a cool place to come and just hang out, or you know, if I've helped you with any questions you've had or anything, feel free to follow me and check me out. Like I said, I definitely plan on streaming this game when it goes live. I plan on continuing to stream the demo a little bit more, see if I can squeeze any more secrets out of it before the game does go live. And I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday for now. Am I really gonna like struggle with this guy and his? But I usually try and stream 9:30 to 11:30 my time. It is 11:30 my time now, if you're checking this out. So that'll give you an idea of what time will look like for you. But I will probably stream just a little bit more. At least see if I unlock the extra planar beacon, which I should be unlocking this run. I about ran past the freaking cozy camp. So that's my 11th loop completed. I was told that you unlock the extra planar beacon for completing your 10th loop. So we'll go ahead and run out, retreat with our goodies, and see if we unlocked anything. We are 3 of the, whatever that is, shy of upgrading our apothecary's hut. What is this? Orb of Afterlife. We are 3 more Orb of Evolution shy of upgrading our diner, which I think started off as our... Where's our diner? Yeah, our diner started off as our field kitchen. But there were a couple questions people had about some things. But going into it, here's the river. That was in the alpha. I know I talked about that. The forest was in the alpha as well. The library wasn't in the alpha, but the bookery was, so I assume that's the same building renamed. All this is demo. Yes, all this is in the demo. Yeah, aka Eastern time. But all of it's locked out of the demo. You can just sort of see some of what's going on. But in the alpha, you can play some of these other cards. And I showed some people some of that. Expedition cards. Cool, I did unlock this temporal beacon. Speeds up time by 50% within its range. Can spawn time watchers, which are afraid of vampires within its aura. Alright, no idea what that is, but it's coming in. We'll check it out. That will put us 1 card over. I am not a fan of the swamp anyways. We'll take the swamp out. It does say that there is an interaction here with vampires, so we'll leave Vampire Mansion in and check that out, see if we can have that interaction occur. Library gives you more encyclopedia entries. Okay, so library does not do the same thing that the bookery did in the demo. In the demo, the bookery was a card very similar to the Smith's Forge in that it placed like a cross section on the road that when you walked over it, instead of affecting your items, it affected the cards you had. Ah, okay, so the library grants you the bookery card, so it's tied together similar to the way that the rock and the mountain are tied together, I would assume. I have no idea what these encyclopedia entries do though. But yeah, let's jump into this. We'll start this run, see what we got going on. There was somebody asking about, is this the end, or sort of what do you do next? This is chapter 1. Chapter 2 is locked out of the demo, but you can see there's some differences between chapter 2 and chapter 1. I won't read all of those, but you can check it out for yourself if you're interested in it. Go ahead and throw on my warrior's gear. I am gonna... Well, I have a little bit of drink left. This looks like a great place for a battlefield. Actually, let's put my... Yeah, let's put it there. That's fine. Why did that pop up? I don't... hang on just a second. That's frustrating. Okay. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. How do you generate strong loot without blood growth? Or is it just not a care? How do I generate strong loot? That is a good question, because I feel like I don't consistently generate strong loot. I do feel like it is a lot of times a crapshoot for me. Generally, I try not to force myself to fight too many fights other than spiders. And then once I have around 2 or 3 regen per second early on, or about 15% vampirism. Sophia's all the way there. Yeah, I haven't figured out a good way with 2 monitors to work on my second monitor without kicking myself into that. I just started streaming a couple weeks ago, so I'm still learning a little bit. But I haven't figured out how to not get my computer to do that. Although someone did enjoy the Infinite Archmage Tuck earlier, so maybe it's not a big of an issue as I seem to think it is. We could do this. That'll block up our cozy camp and it'll spawn us a golem every fight, or every loop, I feel like. Which, I mean, am I strong enough to deal with the golem right now? Probably not. I don't know. We got a couple of villages though, so we can afford to goof up just a little bit. It was a worthwhile happening. Yeah, we'll flub up that suburbs basement, but that's okay. I am sort of keen on seeing this temporal beacon to see these wraiths or whatever they are. I believe that may be the last sort of dialogue interaction that I will have in the game so far. Any development on the Goblin Archer? Been stuck in meetings for the last 4 hours. Yeah, I spawned the Goblin Archer. He seems basically just like an untargetable turret. He just sort of does some damage to you in the background. The fight's a little bit harder with him in it, but that seems to be about all there is to it. No, definitely no upside. It doesn't seem like you get better loot. It doesn't seem like you, anything like that. It just seems like you can't heal for that fight, and you have to fight a Goblin Archer for no reason. Yeah, let's do it. Nah, I'll probably use some potions early on. I like dipping into strong aftertaste 4 or 5 times to get a nice little damage boost. But yeah, the ease, I think you were the one that explained to me how to get the Goblin Archer to appear. So I did want to give you an update on that. I did work with it a little bit, and like I said, I didn't really see an upside to having him out there. We did also... Yeah, it does seem that way. And it may be one of those things where there is a reward and I haven't found it out. I didn't play with it too much, and I was also trying to unlock the temporal beacon at the same time by making it through 10 successful loops. And there were a couple times where things got a little iffy during that run, so I did end up... We'll take that. I did end up getting rid of the Goblin Archer spawn as well. Yeah, Miracle. I actually discovered the dark slime on my own and was able to isolate how to replicate it. I'll give you a rundown on it in just a second. Unless you already know how to do it. I don't know, man. Flesh Golem. Have you seen the other Golem kick out? Have you seen the other Golem kick out some rewards? The one that comes from the Smith's Forge. He was throwing out 5 or 6 items for me pretty consistently, I felt like. Okay, cool. So here's our first temporal beacon. No idea what I'm going to do with it yet. But light so bright that it makes you forget about the passing of time. It speeds up time by 50% within its range, and it can spawn time watchers, which are afraid of vampires. So let's see. We want to throw it in like a big area, right? So this is 3, 5, 8 tiles. Could I do better than 8 tiles? That's 7. I think that's it. Yeah, let's do this. We'll put it here. We'll see if we can spawn some time watchers, and then once we do, we'll stick a vampire mansion in here and see if we can mess with it in some way. Yes, there is another golem. I'll show him to you in just a second. And for people talking about the dark slimes, if you don't know about the dark slimes, if you are in a situation where the day timer has progressed and things are about to spawn, if you pause it right here, you see how this spider is spawning from this spider cocoon and this goblin is spawning from this goblin camp. Let's say this wheat field was an oblivion. It's not. But if I was to take an oblivion and blow up this tile here, it would get rid of the spider cocoon and the spider, and there would be a dark slime here to fight the next time I passed over the tile. Same thing with this goblin camp. If I were to blow this goblin camp up right now, when I encountered these 2 goblins, there would also be a dark slime in the fight. I'm going to put a beacon next to my beacon just to see if my beacons beacon each other. We're going to get our spiders going where we normally like to put them. And let's just beef up our 2 villages a little bit so that we get a little bit of that extra heal. No reason not to take this shield. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so I have a watcher. I'm assuming this is coming from my temporal beacon because I've never encountered anything like this before. This is also a cosmic entity. This is, I think, the second mage I've encountered other than the Lich. Benefactor gives an ally 15 magic armor instead of attacking. Only once per creature. Flees if there are no targets for its ability. Maybe I can kill him before he flees. Get him. Ah, man. Okay, now I really want to kill that thing. So maybe get something easy to kill here, like a spider, and then hope he spawns in here. Nah, it really doesn't matter what he spawns with, right? Well, no, because I want a bunch of things to spawn. A 2x2 square of beacon summons a massive beacon. Cool. We will destroy this beacon with our next Oblivion and try that. So I would like to attack him first. I would like to have maybe 3 other things in the fight, right? So he has to stick around for a little bit. That sounds like... No, it's a joke. Whatever, I don't care, right? I mean, it's the demo. It's not going to mess up my hard save that I've put 300 hours into. I'll put a 9x9 of beacons in here if I could fit it. Obscure reference, my bad. You have to fight a typing demon. Massive beacon. I'm actually, I'm a little bit older than I looked. Don't worry, I ran my car into that window shield of bugs myself when I was in a keyboarding class back in the day, is what it was called, before it was upgraded to computer class. Mavis speaking teaches typing. Alright. Kinda wish I had an Oblivion to deal with that goblin camp, to be honest. So yeah, other golem. I was talking about the other golem. He should be coming up soon. So Smith's Forge, put this card out. Every time I step over it, it removes 2 items from my inventory. It adds an effect to me. I get 10 charges for each item. It gives me a 20% damage reduction for the next so many hits. Pretty useful card. Been digging it. It's got this little 6 counter on here. Every time it takes 6 of my items, it spawns a golem. So we'll see that golem spawn. Let's spread these out just a little bit. Now I gotta do the beacon just to see. Yeah, here's our golem. Living armor. Not a golem. But whatever. Construct golem. You play D&D. He's a golem. Steel flesh. All damage done to this creature is reduced to 1. Are the stats of the golem affected by items consumed? I think it's a static spawn. He spawns with like 11 HP and it goes up as the loops go by. But all damage done to him is reduced to 1. So he has to be hit a certain number of times. So I'm going to have to hit him 11 times to kill him, regardless of how much damage I do or how awesome I am. It also sucks for the life steal build, because you come in here and you're doing 1 damage and healing for 1 the whole fight. But, like I said, he usually throws out a lot of items. We'll go ahead and throw that on. I think that's better than where I was sitting. That is quite nice for its level. But yeah, you were talking about the flesh golem throwing out. Yeah, you were talking. Yeah, attack speed. But you were talking about the flesh golem throwing out a lot of items. I feel like he really rewards you for taking him out. And I would say arguably Flesh Golem's a little bit harder to kill, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like they're kicking out about 5 or 6 items, usually when I kill them. But, what do I pick up here? Yeah, we'll take Shield Master. Ooh, Shield Master will help me stun that stupid Watcher, too. I like it. My man said he was making a Mavis Beacon reference, but I still think... Oh, I can't even do it there anymore. Whatever, we'll do it here. I don't care. Has a cool little noise to it, too. Let's... Yeah, it's attack speed here. We'll hang off for just a second. Yeah, that's not gonna affect it. I still need a bunch more rocks. That's obnoxious. I'd like to have a bunch of fights go on in this thing, just to explore it as much as possible. Where I ended up at loop 29 because I got bored. Nice. Yeah, I haven't tried to push it to the limit yet in terms of seeing how far I can make it. Like I said, I felt like in terms of just grabbing the orbs and stuff, it's... Yeah, I've seen people do stuff like that where it's just absurd amount of attack speed. And it does seem like the game is not 100% designed to be played to that high of a level. Man, that's gonna geek up my... Rock formation there. Yeah, that'll give me a dark slot. No, it won't. He's over there. Whatever. I'm sick of that goblin camp anyways. Right, yeah, I definitely think that's the way to go. Flesh Golem is my go-to for loot. I used to think orange gear was bad, but if you get a full... Yeah, I can't tell what the rarity is supposed to be, right? So in most games it goes gray, blue, yellow, orange? I feel like it's like the standard, right? But I feel like sometimes I look at orange gear and I'm just like, well, yeah, it's got more stats on it, but like this, I don't know. I've started ignoring the colors. I feel like it is sort of an indicator, but I have stopped paying attention to the colors of the gear. Um, Gray, blue, yellow, orange. The more stat line, lower stat. Yeah, I agree. The more stat lines, the lower the stat values, which is terrible. Because a lot of times you'll find this blue sword and it's like damage range 17 to 25, 7% vampirism. But then you'll find a gray sword that's level 5 and its damage range is like 25 to 33, no stats or something. And it's just like, well, why would I be using this rapier that's doing way less damage and stealing just a little bit of life when I could be using this gray item that's just crushing it damage-wise and I could pick up a little bit of lifesteal somewhere on a ring or something. I do feel like your gray weapons are where... Yeah, that gray attack speed ring or something like that. Like... I, but like... I do feel a lot of times just throwing on a gray weapon with a lot of attack speed or a lot of vampirism is the way to go. Which is sort of... I don't know, counterintuitive to me. Yeah, gray 20% evasion ring. I had that earlier. Alright, I got the Watcher. Get him again. He got stunned. Get him again. Ah! I really want to kill that guy. No former Harpy Tower. Actually, I've got another one I can play around with. Let's stick some Vampire. Well, let's just see what's going on. I've got stuff I can play around with. So I'm guessing the Vampire will scare him off, maybe? So he's not gonna appear? Maybe that's the interaction? Doesn't seem right, does it? Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, we'll take that. You would think that, but when you have an orange weapon, the splash magic. Yeah, I mean there are. Don't get me wrong. I find myself equipping orange weapons a lot. I find myself equipping orange gear all the time. It is just sort of underwhelming how often I'll be struggling, and the answer is to just, oh, I need to equip that gray weapon. I mean, we're going to start putting you guys everywhere, right? Let's get you guys out here. Let's get some damage reduction going into that. Yeah, somebody else asked about defensive well. The only thing I can really come up with is it's certainly not a 1-to-1 ratio. Judging by the... Hmm. Yeah. That's 20 attack speed ring. We'll let this run. I'm pretty close to getting towards the Lich. The Grey Weapon's gonna clutch when your gear starts to far behind. Yeah, it certainly does. Come on, get a stun on him or something. It does seem like I default to attacking the Watcher first. I don't know why I'm still carrying that. I need to find a better ring. I just saw that. Yeah, yeah, to spawn the dark slimes. Laius. Yeah, I encountered that probably my third or fourth run is when I figured out how to spawn the dark slimes consistently. Oh man, I was really hoping maybe that Sun's Blade would do you a bit more damage than it did, and that would be my ticket. Maybe here? Okay. No, I attack the blood clot first. Does he shield? And he doesn't shield the treasure chest either, so that's not helping there. I was hoping maybe that count as a third monster. Killing Watcher super satisfying. I have not killed him yet. This is my first run with the car. There we go. This is my first run with the temporal beacon. See, that's... Maybe if I get like a big, like, level 7 gray right now. May just be super satisfying because he's so obnoxious to actually kill. Oh yeah? It's kind of obnoxious that he's locked so far. Well, I guess he's not locked that far in. I guess I just am just now discovering him. To be fair. Oh, get him, get him. There's 5 things here. I did not think he could spawn. I'm not attacking him first, so it doesn't matter. This is actually kind of obnoxious. Not only did he shield the dudes I was attacking, he shielded the ghosts as well. That's pretty obnoxious. Yeah, let's use the rocks on the treasury. That's the only decent thing left to do with them. Oh yeah, let's spawn him here too. Why not, right? We'll kill him at some point. To generate green or gold orbs outside the witch ward. I do not. Cool. Yeah, we'll pick up Buckler. It's just nice. Yeah, I don't think I've put quite that much into the demo yet, but I've put a good number of hours. I feel it in my bones. I feel like there's a hidden interaction that the Goblin Archer can generate. Oh no, it's called the Orb of Evolution, right? Come on. You're so much further in than other streamers. I don't know if I am. I feel like I'm maybe middle of the pack. Uh, well, maybe now. I know there are other streamers that got the Smith's Forge card before I did, because I was able to see them play it, but I wasn't able to get like a good pulse on it to really figure out what it did. And then I've seen some people that have access to streaming the full version of the game already. Yeah, it's yeah, I'll hover over them as well. So Smith's Forge, um, it creates like cross pattern on the. Here, we'll pause it to you so you can see where I've placed them. So if I was to place it here, it would create like a cross pattern on the road. Every time I walk over it, it will take 2 items from my inventory, and for each item from my inventory it takes, it will give me a 20% damage reduction effect for 10 hits. So on average, it will give me 20 hits worth of it. Oh, are you serious? That's really cool, actually. No, it has entries for basically everything. That's really cool. Does it give you ideas how to spawn it and stuff too? I would assume not, Leas, but so the specific orbs, the only way I have found to get any type of orb other than these orb of expansions up here are as rewards from killing the Lich and then taking the resource pack. Leia said in the stream that if you manage to kill the Watcher before he runs away, he has a chance to drop orbs. But as far as I know, the only reliable way to get those orbs is to kill the Lich and have them drop in the resource pack you can take. So these temporal beacons here, if you do a run and complete 10 loops and get to your 11th loop, it will unlock this temporal beacon card. This temporal beacon, when you place it out here, will add a Watcher to the fight, similar to the way the Vampire Mansion adds a vampire to the fight. Yeah, we're gonna get some more spiders here. We'll get this at some point. And that Vampire Mansion's scaring that one away. Yeah, I was gonna say, I might go back and check out that stream myself as well. I was not paying attention. I have gotten myself into quite a bit of trouble. So I just spawned the Lich on top of myself with basically max palaces and no hope of killing him. McQueeb's channel. Yeah, I might check a look at that as well. Yeah, so I'll probably die to the Lich here, and then I'll probably take a pause for tonight. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can kill the Lich. Yeah, no, I let too many... I think I let too many palaces appear. I don't know, I've got all my potions. Could I get some more damage out of what I've got going on? Really, that's it? I mean, well, I would bet against me as well, but I do have 50% vampirism, actually, and I've got the 1% chance to stun. If I get lucky, or not 1% chance, but the chance, the 20% chance to stun, I've got 3 potions I can swig through. I could get lucky here. This would probably be my greatest lich kill I've had. Oh, wait, I'm starting to believe. Yeah, I got 1 more potion. I'm not even sweating at this point. The lich has to get lucky. Yeah, and I feel like I've been getting these more frequently, to be honest. I think I think the loot's tied to your progress, to be honest, because I feel like the more I've progressed, the more I've seen them. Um, we'll fight a couple more watchers. Let's almost hit retreat. let's see if I could kill one of those things. Damage to all? No. That's what we want, I think. Yeah, let's see if we can kill one of those things before I take a pause for the night. How many traits can you unlock from the boss? As far as I know, the only trait I've been able to unlock from the boss is 1. I unlocked Axis Tilt thinking it would only affect that run. I thought it was just like, oh, it'll do this for the rest of the run. Have you, you say you've upgraded everything on the demo. Have you upgraded it to max? Is there, like when you, I can't unlock 5% treasure chances. Oh, that sucks. How far up does the kitchen go? And how far up does the apothecary hut go? Can I spawn 2 of these guys if it overlaps? I don't know. Man, how much? He's got 113 hit points too. I think if I targeted him first with 4 or 5 people in the fight, I could get him. I think it's just a matter of getting that to happen. Okay, yeah, I've got him for sure. Come on, there we go. No, I just got pages from him, memory fragments. Unless it occurs after the fight. Which is pretty weak, actually. Memory fragments is one of the... I was not paying attention, but I ended up dying. I will definitely... I don't even care about this stuff, to be honest. But I'm gonna lose 1 skull anyways, and I can just spend 1 skull to take it all, so there's really no reason not to just take it all and get my skull back. Diner can go up to 4. Josh, I don't know if I would, to be honest, man. Unless it's gonna carry over from the demo, which I don't see it doing that. Doctor Hut can go up to 5. So you're saying this will go up to 5. And this goes up to 4. So yeah, I'm right there. And so I'm guessing once those go up, that's max level. So yeah, I'm pretty close to being max. I would say probably 2 or 3 more hours and I would be there. So now it's just finding the different interactions I can find. And I like scrolling through this so people can see sort of where I'm at. Spent about 31 hours in the game, about 29 and a half in actual expeditions. I've started 30 runs. Max Loop was the one I did this stream. I am up to 20 prime matters. So statistically, you would think by now I would see 2 ghost of a ghost of a ghost of a ghost if that such a thing existed. I think you're kind of lucky compared to other players. I find that is typically the case when I play games, which, you know, you gotta be lucky at something. But I was pretty lucky in like World of Warcraft, the Old Republic, stuff like that, in terms of getting rare things to spawn and stuff. Playing against them is the worst. But yeah, I do sort of get lucky in games, but you know, you gotta get lucky somewhere. I do feel like there are... I've killed one watcher. There he is. I was about to say. But I'm wondering if there's more monsters. As long as money isn't involved. That's true. Can't even unlock suburbs with a forge. Yeah, I actually struggled for a while unlocking some of those. But they came eventually. You can see killed 160 dark slimes. I would think if there was something tied to the dark slimes, I would have found that by now. Fastest defeat of the Lich, Loop 6. Like I said, I've been cranking him out. About Loop 6, Loop 7, that's where I want to kill him. And as far as I was concerned, there was no reason to go past that. So that's why I missed getting the temporal beacon for so long. Because I never made it past like Loop 7 or 8. Killed by... I remember that ghost of a ghost that killed me. That bastard. I remember the mosquito that killed me too. But yeah, that's just sort of a... you can see here, out of Lich kills, I've killed the Lich 42 times. And I have received... So these are your rare orbs. 4 orbs of afterlife, 7 astral orbs, 4 orb of crafts, 4 orb of evolution, and 3 orb of unity. Is there a point in getting lumberjack? What does he do? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I assume there's a point to getting everything, but I'm not sure what the lumberjack is. Unless you're talking about... Isn't it up here somewhere? Yeah, lumberjack. I don't know. Yeah, I assume there's a point to getting it. Yeah, I feel like there's some resources that are probably used much more heavily later on, because you're starting to stockpile them up just to an absurd amount, and there's really nothing to do. I mean, you could build more farms, but really the only thing that does is get you more. This stuff isn't blocked off because of rare orbs. Anything with a chain on it's not available in the demo null. FYI, Encyclopedia is around 5 hours and 2 minutes. Cool. Ah, you say it's really annoying, but this is free. I mean, in theory, you could download this, never buy the full game, and I feel like plenty of people would have plenty of fun with just this as a free demo. Like I say, I've pulled 30 hours of entertainment out of it for $0, which I think is pretty generous. And I don't think they have any plans of deleting the demo off of your Steam account or anything once the game goes live. I haven't heard anything like that. I don't know if that's a common practice. Yeah, I feel like the depth sort of in this demo is pretty nice. Like I said, I've gotten quite a bit out of it, and I'm very much looking forward to the full game. Also want to play with this temporal beacon just a little bit. I am sort of surprised it took me so long to unlock it. But yeah, demo save will transfer to full game if you want, for real. Is that confirmed? Yeah, I have no problem giving these guys my $11. I feel like I can very easily manage to squeeze $11 worth of... Hey, that's kind of cool, actually. Especially knowing coming into the full game, I can just go ahead and unlock the rogue class and start going to town. And apparently I'm a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of resource generation and luck allocation in that department. So that's kind of cool news. Not gonna lie there. I feel like coming out of the gate, I see no reason why I couldn't buy the refuge, cemetery, and supply depot. And I would assume the crypt is going to give you access to the necromancer class. He only clicks on the orange orb, which is gained from undead and vampires. But yeah, that would be kind of cool day one, minute one, to just be able to jump into the full game and unlock the necromancer. That's actually, I'm pretty hyped for that, to be honest. But I think this is where I probably call the stream tonight. I appreciate everybody that came and hung out, and everybody in the chat that's been able to sort of provide information that's new to me, and anybody I could help with any sort of information I have, I was glad to do so. Now that I know, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Now that I know the, of course, man. Like I said, anything I can help with, I try to pay attention to chat, and any sort of question, if I have the answer, I'm happy to provide it. But now that I know that the demo will carry over into the main game if you would like it to, I may make a little bit, or at least pay a little bit more attention to the choices I make with my base camp, because I do wonder if there's interactions between placing the structure of your camp, right? So like, is there a chance that you could build the mud hut next to the herbalist hut, and your two huts together would have some sort of interaction or something? Probably this game will blow up at least 10k players day one. Yeah, I can see people having a lot of interest in the game as well. Especially so far, I've just seen people streaming it pretty consistently. I feel like for it to be a demo coming out, I could be wrong, but I would like to try and get into the Steam discussion as well. I haven't really done a whole lot of that. I looked on Reddit a little bit for some information. Saw a little bit of stuff in like Incremental Games subreddit, but wasn't able to find a whole lot. And I do want to leave a good bit of it. 0 out of 4 watchtowers. 0 out of 2 warehouses. Strange. I do want to leave a good bit of it up for exploration. Just personally. It would be cool to find out a lot of this stuff. Although I don't feel like this is one of those games where I would like to start a second save. I think my main save, I'll play it and squeeze as much out of it as I can, and that'll probably be it. But I feel like there's just an insane amount of depth to it, and I'm really looking forward to it. But now that I know the demo carries over, I may stream a little bit more than I have been. We'll see. Uh, it'll all just depend on my schedule and stuff. It can be way more fun. There is a satisfaction of course, this is telling my age a little bit probably, but like getting the strategy guide to the game or whatever, and going through it and finding every single secret that the people put in it, and actually playing through it. There's some satisfaction in that as well. So I definitely enjoy finding this stuff by myself. The first dark slime I came across was a lot of fun. Trying to replicate it and figure out exactly how they're spawned and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. But also seeing someone stream for the first time and forming that first mountain peak, you're just like, whoa. He put those rocks in that mountain together and it formed this mountain peak, and now he's getting all this extra HP, and it's spawning a harpy every 2 turns. It's just, there's a lot of things going on and a lot of excitement, and there's a lot of satisfaction to be derived out of finding it yourself, and there's a lot of satisfaction to be derived out of experiencing it with others as they are sort of finding these secrets or introducing them to you. So either way, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have been excited about the Dark Slime, and it's one of those things that like I don't remember Ogre Battle. But there's just a lot of satisfaction of being like, oh yeah, this happened, and I figured it out, and I know how to do it now. But appreciate everybody that came out. I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 to at least 11:30. It went over about an hour tonight, which I'm fine with. I had a lot of fun. If you had fun or helped out in any ways, I would appreciate a follow. And that way, next time I'm streaming, you'll get the alerts and everything. So you'll know when to come hang out. But appreciate it, everybody. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I'll catch you all later. And we'll go back into Infinite Talks for just a second.